Hello, thanks for joining me. I bring you news across the nation. We begin with fear, violence, flawed Guba State Assembly elections. INEC releases scores of governorship election results uploaded on IREV. President Muhammadu Buhari says APC will triumph at governorship House of Assembly polls. INEC shifts polls in 10 Lagos polling units, Rivers, local government and Plateau Ward. 2023 polls, IPC condemns attack on journalists in Rivers, Lagos, Ogun demands probe. Stay with me for these and more stories. Yesterday, it was a return to the old order as widespread violence, ballot box snatching, destruction of BVAS machines, and intimidation of voters by hoodlums characterized what would have been President Muhammadu Buhari's electoral parting gift to the country. Nigerians had gone to the polls to elect new leaders in the governorship and state houses of assembly elections, hopeful, but were disappointed with what they saw. From Lagos to Ondo, Edo, Delta, Kaduna, Kano, Enugu, Rivers and Cross River states, violence was a common thread in the polls as various arms of security agencies were put to task in upholding sanity while the electorate rose to the occasion in some cases to protect votes. The unpleasant situation possibly resulted in the low turnout of voters recorded in many voting centers across the states. The Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, in its preliminary statement on the elections, raised doubts over its credibility across the state following alleged public sale of votes, violence, and intimidation. The organization said although the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, fared better in the aspect of logistics deployment leading to quick arrival of poll officials for the elections, there were occasional issues of non-functionality of the bimodal voters accreditation system, BVAS. Nigeria's premier and preeminent policy think tank and legislative interface also decried voters' apathy and alleged votes buying in parts of the country. A preliminary report by Mr. Temidayo Taiwo Sadiq, communications lead, Voter Project Order Paper Advocacy Initiative, indicated that there were large reports of low voter turnout resulting from intimidation by thugs, political party agents, and apathy connected to perceived mismatch of voting, and results announced in the February 25th presidential and National Assembly elections. The report claimed that states such as Enugu, Niger, Plateau, Ekiti, Osun, Bayelsa, Kaduna, Nasarawa, Adamawa, Taraba, and Jigawa recorded the lowest voter turnout going by feed received so far. The Campaign for Equal Voting Access for Persons with Disability, EVAPWD, on its part, complained the level of security provided by the security agencies and poor deployment of assistive devices such as braille guides, shade and magnifying glasses to various polling units. EVAPW, in its preliminary statement by its chairman David Anyele, said there were no security operatives available in some polling units. Likewise, the Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room raised alarm over destruction of election materials as well as disruption of materials distribution in yesterday's election. Situation Room, in its interim briefing yesterday in Abuja, said its observers reported cases of arguments and quarrels between party agents and fighting among party supporters. Interestingly, President Muhammadu Buhari expressed satisfaction with the election, saying he was glad he had fulfilled the promise he made to Nigerians to ensure free and credible elections in the country. Speaking shortly after casting his votes at polling unit 003, Kofar Baru Babanton quarters of Sarkin Yara A ward at his Daura hometown, Katsina State, he said his administration had told Nigerians it would work for them and that he had fulfilled the promise made to ensure credible polls. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has so far uploaded 66,634 election results from 28 governorship and state houses of assembly elections to its election result viewing IREV portal. According to reports following the postponement of the governorship and state assembly elections from March 11th to 18th by the electoral body, the exercise was finally conducted in 28 out of 36 states of the federation. Recall that INEC failed to upload the results instantly on their result viewing portal during the February 25th presidential election in real time after promising to be transparent and trustworthy. But the commission, in its defense, explained that technical glitches marred result transmission and upload of results on IREV, which many Nigerians refused to accept. However, a few days before the March 18th elections, INEC said the technical issues had been rectified and assured Nigerians that election results will be transmitted immediately. For Saturday's elections, results of 28 states have made it to the IREF portal as of 12:30 p.m. today. Here are the states and the number of governorship election results uploaded so far. Ogun has 5,042 results, Plateau 4,718, Zamfara 2,602, Yobe 2,600, Taraba 2,258, Sokoto 3,324, Rivers 5,111, Oyo 6,206, Niger 3,555, Nasarawa 3,149, Lagos 10,775, Kwara 2,503, Kebbi 3,026, Katsina 5,596, Kanu 5,596, Kaduna 6,899, Jigawa 3,912, Gombe 2,318, Enugu 3,993, Ebonyi 2,648, Delta 4,541, Cross River 2,735, Borno 3,522, Benue 4,274, Bauchi 4,515, Akwa Ibom 3,605, Adamawa 3,753, and Abia 3,784. And more results are being uploaded as this is going on. Now, President Buhari stated that he was not surprised at the results of the presidential elections on February 25, 2023, which saw Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerging as president-elect since the APC campaigns were thorough and detailed. The president noted that the APC followed the constitutional procedure for the whole electoral process, choosing a party chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, who had served as a two-term governor in Nasarawa State and legislator in the Senate with an experience that would secure the electoral value and relevance of the party. On deepening of democratic culture and rising awareness among Nigerians, President Buhari said the media had played a significant role in empowering people with information on their rights and providing a platform for voters to challenge leaders on promises and records. Meanwhile, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo and his wife Dolapo Osinbajo on Saturday voted at the Ungereg polling unit 14 Ward 1 in Ekene local government area of Ogun State, expressing satisfaction with the conduct of the election. Speaking afterwards, the vice president said, "From here at my own polling unit, it is excellent. The whole process has been conducted very well, and I pray and I hope that this is how it will be carried out across the nation." In Lagos State, the governorship and state assembly elections scheduled for 10 polling units in Victoria Garden City VGC estate has been postponed by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. This decision was announced by Segun Agbaje, the INEC's resident electoral commission rep in the state, at a media briefing in VGC on Saturday. According to Agbaje, ad hoc electoral officers who were core members had alleged that they were held hostage during the presidential and National Assembly elections and were therefore reluctant to enter VGC. As a result, the commission instructed that voting materials and canopies be set up in front of the estate. However, residents expressed concerns about the safety of the process due to potential disruption by hoodlums. 8 polling units with 6,024 registered voters, as well as 2 other polling units at the estate's main gate, were affected. Following due consultation and further directives from the national headquarters, INEC has decided to remobilize and conduct the elections on Sunday morning by 8:30 a.m. Agbaje also reported that the chairperson of the Estate Security Committee had assured the commission of the safety of core members, INEC staff, and voters. The International Press Center, IPC, has condemned the attacks on journalists and other media professionals that covered yesterday's governorship and House of Assembly elections in some parts of the country, including Lagos, Ogun, and Rivers states. In a statement issued yesterday by its press freedom officer, Melody Lawal, the center described the reports of attacks on journalists as highly disturbing. It urged the security agencies to thoroughly investigate the various attacks and ensure that the perpetrators face the consequences of their illegal actions. The statement added that journalists faced mob attacks by political thugs who equally reported assaulted INEC officials with axes and allegedly destroyed ballot boxes, while others were rough-handled and beaten in the presence of a political chieftain. Lawal charged the security agencies to thoroughly investigate the various attacks and ensure that the perpetrators face the consequences of their illegal actions. Meanwhile, the operatives of Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) and the Nigerian police yesterday abused and harassed journalists covering the elections in Edo and Nasarawa states, while NSCDC brutalized the head of News Breeze FM Lafia, Edwin Philip, in Lafia, Nasarawa State. A mobile police officer identified as CSP Isa threatened to arrest journalists carrying out their lawful election monitoring duty along Sapele Road, Benin, Edo State. Recounting his experiences yesterday, Philip noted that NSCDC's operatives abused and harassed him when he was performing his constitutional and legitimate role on election day. In his response yesterday, Public Relations Officer and NSCDC Nasarawa State Command, Victor Jerry, confirmed the attack on journalists in Lafia. In a statement by its secretary, Mr. Sunday John, yesterday, Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, Nasarawa State Council, condemned the attack. According to reports, the statement said NUJ received with shock and dismay the attack on Philip while covering the governorship and House of Assembly elections by officials of the NSCDC. Also, in an argument with journalists yesterday, Isa said he was the second in command of the mobile police division in the state, questioning why journalists would drive in a convoy during the election. He further noted that they should have stayed in a place to do their job instead of the usual practice of moving around to get information to do their report. Despite the journalists showing their Independent Electoral Commission accreditation tags, he insisted they were on illegal duty since they did not have pass and police report. On more stories, in Rivers, APC campaign DG found dead. The All Progressives Congress APC campaign coordinator for Ahoda West Local Council of Rivers State, one Mr. Chisom, has been shot dead. Chisom, who is also the Ward 10 leader of APC in the area, was shot while trying to prevent suspected hoodlums dressed in police camouflage from hijacking election materials earlier yesterday. Spokesman of the Rivers APC 2023 Campaign Council, Sobeyi Eli, who confirmed this yesterday, said the miscreants opened fire on him and shot him immediately. Eli said it is true our campaign coordinator for Ahoda West local government areas of Rivers State, Chisom, was shot dead as he tried to stop the miscreants dressed in police uniform who tried to snatch election materials. They opened fire on him and killed him. The slim Chisom Leonard of Ubeta community in Ahoda West local government area of Rivers State was, until his death at the governorship and State House of Assembly elections, the Ward 10 leader of the APC and Tonye Cole campaign coordinator for Ahoda West Local Government Council, he added. Chaos as APC denies zoning Senate presidency to Northwest. Reports saying that the All Progressives Congress APC has finally opted to zone the Senate presidency position to the Northwest Geopolitical Zone has triggered controversy in the ruling party. The report, credited to some groups within the party, had indicated that the odds-favored Senator Barrow Jibrin, who is one of the high-ranking senators, having spent a term in the House of Representatives and now a third term in the Senate. The national chairman of the party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, has, however, described the report as fake news. Adamu, who said at his Kefi Nasarawa State country home yesterday after casting his vote, declared that no such thing has taken place. He wondered why politicians will be engaging in wishful thinking instead of waiting for the official pronouncements for the party. He said, and I quote, "The report about the zoning arrangements for the 10th National Assembly is fake news. We have not done any zoning. I have said in times without number since Monday. I am still saying the same thing. No zoning has been established yet and agreed to. No zoning has been made public. Anybody who is saying anything is rumor. It's a wishful rumor." Also, in a statement titled APC Yet to Zone Key 10th National Assembly Positions, the party's National Publicity Secretary Felix Morka described stories of the zoning arrangements as false and misleading. According to him, the attention of the All Progressives Congress APC has been drawn to a report circulating on social media on purported zoning of key positions of the incoming 10th National Assembly. The report is false and misleading and should be disregarded in its entirety. The party has not made any decision on zoning of positions or offices of the 10th Assembly. As soon as a decision is made on zoning, it will be made public through the party's official communications channel. The false report had claimed that the decision of zoning was reached last Friday night by the leadership of the APC after consulting with the president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The decision takes preeminence over earlier suggestions in some quarters to zone the position to the south, it further claimed. Still on the news, Army class Doguwa lawmaker fired AK-47 ceremoniously in Falgore Forest, following the emergence of a viral video of the majority leader of the House of Representatives, Alhassan Doguwa, bearing a gun. The Nigerian Defense Headquarters has said the clip was taken during the 3rd Brigade Nigerian Army training exercise where he was invited as a special guest and he fired AK-47 rifle in Falgore Forest ceremoniously. Defense spokesman Brigadier General Tukur Gusau said the Defense Headquarters wishes to state that the video is a calculated attempt by mischief makers to discredit the armed forces of Nigeria and dent its image before the good people of this country and the world at large. The video in question was taken at Falgore Forest military training camp during the 3rd Brigade Nigerian Army training exercise where Alhassan Ado Doguwa was invited as a special guest. It was worthy to state that when senior citizens and special guests are invited for such exercises, they are accorded the honor to participate in the firing exercise as a ceremonial firing party. Ceremonial firing in such an exercise is a practice the world over. And it is not new in the armed forces, as several other senior citizens have participated in such exercises in the past. According to Gusau, the viral video was posted with an intent to dent the image of the military at a time the role of the armed forces in the last presidential and national assembly elections was hailed by Nigerians and the international community. He stated that some clerics had equally released audio clips containing wrong interpretations of the speech the majority leader made on the occasion, saying the doctored interpretation of the speech is capable of instigating crisis, thus leading to heightened tension as the country prepares for a smooth transition to another elected government. The defense spokesman stated that the military will continue to discharge its constitutional responsibilities while remaining apolitical to strengthen the democratic values of the nation. He equally warned mischief makers against denting the image of the armed forces with senseless videos and unconfirmed audio clips, but rather channel their energy towards ensuring Nigeria strives higher in the preservation of democratic gains. Doguwa, the majority leader of the House of Representatives, is being persecuted by the police on charges bordering on criminal conspiracy, culpable homicide, causing grievous hurt, mischief, and inciting disturbance. He was arrested by the police in Kano over the death of 3 persons in his constituency in the February 25th presidential election. Sanwo-Olu, Makinde, Abdulrazak lead in Lagos, Oyo, Kwara. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and his All Progressives Congress APC appear to be heading for victory in yesterday's governorship and House of Assembly elections after recovering from the shock of party's unexpected defeat in last month's presidential election in the state. Early results in Kwara State are also in favor of Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak and Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde. Same applies to PDP's Siminalayi Fubara in Rivers State and APC's Prince Basi Otu in Cross River. The results, however, show tight contest in Ogun State between incumbent Governor Dapo Abiodun and PDP's Ladipo Adebutu, and in Ebonyi State between APC's Francis Nfiru and All Progressive Grand Alliance's Abgas Bernard Odo and PDP's Ifeanyi Odi. But Abiodun, in a tweet on his official handle at about 10 p.m. yesterday, assured his supporters that there was no cause for alarm. Many of those results were on the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC portal as of last night. Information Minister Lai Mohammed, Bayelsa State Governor Doi Diri, and Nigeria Bar Association NBA President Mr. Yakubu Maikau San hailed the conduct of the polls. Reports from Kwara State show that the governor, Abdul Razak, recorded 864 votes in Oro Ward 1 against 456 for PDP's Alhaji Shuaib Yaman Abdullahi. The governor also got 1,788 votes in Oro Ward 2, while Abdullahi received 600. The result reflects the trend of vote across the state yesterday. And finally, another Borno market got by fire. A mysterious fire has gutted the popular Gambaru market in Maiduguri Metropolitan Council, Borno State, destroying goods worth millions of naira on election day. Sources in the market said the fire began around 2:30 p.m. on Saturday afternoon, burning major areas where food items and perishable goods were displayed. The sources added that security agents, most of them soldiers, have been deployed to the scene to disperse massive intruders trooping to the scene. The fire broke out from timber and orange sellers sections, the source said. The Gambaru market, which is the second largest market in Maiduguri after the Monday market, is popular market for foods and perishable goods. A recap of major stories says fair violence floored Guba State Assembly elections. INEC releases scores of governorship election results uploaded on IREV. President Muhammadu Buhari says APC will triumph at governorship House of Assembly polls. INEC shift polls in 10 Lagos polling units, Rivers local government and Plateau ward. And 2023 polls, IPC condemns attacks on journalists in Rivers, Lagos, Ogun, demands probe. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.